Says we're good. Looks good. Got that, got that. Now we're just getting things up. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hopefully you're having a good Saturday evening. Hold on, let me fix this. All right, that's better. Much better. What's up, Jacob? Yeah, you said you were going to the Titans and the Browns, right? Should be a pretty good game. All right. Live. Well, shit, Jacob. I think you're the only one who wants to watch the stream tonight. Oh, never mind. There's a bunch of people here all of a sudden. What's up, Space? How's it going? The app is expected to play, and Henry is playing, so I'm pretty... Yeah, that's going to be a good game. Well, should be a good game. I have no idea what to expect out of those two teams. There's a second game we're going to talk about, so that's fun. Yeah, I heard about that to the Brewers. Not exactly good. Not at all. Ooh, man, I got to fix my hair up at some point. Yeah, it's kind of a bad game, I would have to say. So, I don't know. Not a ton to report as changes for anything. Yeah, I'm back in my apartment. Yep. I kind of reset up one of the rooms in my apartment to stream in now. Said I was going to do that, and I finally got to it. So we're in a different location in my apartment. Ooh. We'll see if anyone stops in. Hopefully there's enough people to actually do this stream tonight. We'll see. For whatever reason, people don't seem at all interested in this stream format anymore. Yep. Always have. Yeah, Jacob. Unless otherwise noted, I pretty much always do that since my channel started. Damn, dude. Well, I don't know. We'll see if this stream even happens. I don't think so tonight. It's down to 3 people already. We'll see. It's pretty bad. I don't know. I guess the stream format's dead, huh? Oh, we'll give it a little while. Hopefully people pop in. This is pretty bad right now. Oh, nice. I don't really care about college football. It's a lame sport. Very boring. Because you get matchups like that. Like, how does a team win 84-6? Like, what even is that? How is that matchup even, like, a viable thing? You know what I mean? Like, two teams shouldn't face off if the outcome's going to be something like 84-6. And that's part of my problem with college football. It's like, well, that's a garbage-ass game. And a good reason as to why I just don't fuck with college sports. It's funny, but it's... I don't know. I don't know. I seen that Colorado got the shit beat out of them. What was it, 42-6? What's up, Macaroni? Macaroni Tony. I guess Oregon finally was the team to serve Dion and his crew a piece of humble pie because they probably desperately needed it. Never too bad to lose like that, right? Yeah, how you been? I don't know. He might not. I don't know. It's because it's Kevin O'Connell and he came from the Rams. I'm guessing it's like a very similar system, right? So I'm imagining they can just kind of plug in Akers and he can play this weekend. Um, can't imagine too much of an issue for him. How do you feel about the Lions? Pretty good. Hmm. They got a lot of injuries that are kind of got me like on a little bit of a pause, right? They're without, obviously without Gardner Johnson. They're without Kirby Joseph. They're without Emmanuel Mosley. I think, who else was out? They have like a slew of really good players out, and that's a little bit alarming. But again, their strengths have always been on the offense, not really defense. So, uh-oh. Speaking of a parlay, Lions win margin 1-13 with the Bills, win margin 1-13. Yeah, that's not probably too bad. Uh, kind of. They just brought in Kareem Hunt. I don't really know. I don't know. Didn't Jerome Ford go off for like 140 yards in that game? I don't know. I think they're all right. Like it's not good to lose your best player, but it seems like they have the running situation under control pretty good. Yeah, I guess so. They only went for almost 200 with a backup running back. Have top 10 line in the NFL. A power run system that makes the running backs do better. And they're fucked, man. I don't know. I think that's kind of a stupid thought. No offense or anything. That's just kind of stupid. Like, it sucks to lose Chubb, but to say they have a running back problem is kind of silly when the backup went for almost, literally like 200 yards almost. The running back position is the core of the offense. I don't think there's much of a difference if you're getting the same production out of two running backs out of the backfield. You know what I mean? What's the difference? Now, if they go out there and they can only run the ball for like 50 yards tomorrow, then it's like, all right, yeah, they need Chubb back, or they got to keep like grinding at the running back thing. But if they go out there and they go out for 150 tomorrow, 160, 170, what's the difference? They could. Why do you think they can't? I'm more interested to hear why you think two guys can't equal the output of one running back. That's interesting. And if they just leave the running backs wide open and like just completely ignore them in the pass, then they're just fucking valuable pass game assets. In the NFL, I think a run system's more important than a good running back right now. But hey, okay. No team has ever survived a running back injury in the league designed to pass the football. They're fucked on a running back injury. I think the Browns are more screwed because Deshaun Watson sucks at football now, but okay. How did he do? Against the Steelers, he had 16 carries for 106 yards for 6.6 yards a carry. That's pretty serviceable. Do you think that's good? Sorry, I forgot that it was 150 total season yards. I apologize. I was misspeaking earlier. 16 carries, 16 yards a carry. He's also a rookie. All right, we'll see though. Again, it's not like they're gonna completely replace the guy, but I like the people that are acting like their season's over. It's like not really. It's not really how the NFL is built anymore. If you're a one back team, that's pretty sad. He ran for 80 yards on one run. I don't remember the Browns having any 80-yard runs. Did the Browns even have a play inside of the opposing 30? What's up, Karam? What's up, Phil? We're just getting started, Phil. There's not enough people. We have 9 likes on the stream, guys. Make sure you guys drop some likes on the stream to get some people in here. Not enough people to really get started. Really? He had an 80-yard run? That's crazy. When did the Browns get inside the 30? Or the Steelers? When did anybody do anything in that game that was worth the fuck? Yeah, but I guess they're scrambling when I don't really think they're scrambling in the backfield at all. They lose Chubb for like 8 months and then he'll be back. By the way, they finally announced what the hell happened to Chubb's knee. We can finally wrap that saga up and know that it's not as bad as it looked. Apparently, all he did was tear his MCL again, so that kind of sucks, but pretty easy repair, and slight damage to the ACL. That's it. That's all the damage there was. That's all I can say about it. That's it. The ACL might not even need any kind of surgery because it probably will just heal itself. It's just yeah, Karam, good luck to your Rangers. So Chubb's already shitting on his team? That's pretty crazy. What? He's just shitting on his team right now. He's like, we fucking suck without me, dude. That team is fucking garbage without me right now, bro. Without me right now, we're done. Season's over, boys. We're done. Just wrap it up. He's actually saying that? That's crazy. Like right now, he said that? When did he say that? Damn, dude. He's just done, huh? I'm surprised the Browns aren't releasing him. If he's talking like that, why aren't they cutting him? He's probably going to get traded, you think? If he's out here talking that kind of crazy shit about his teammates, he's probably not welcome back in the locker room. What's up, Mike? Apparently, Nick Chubb said the Browns are a garbage organization and they will only win like 5 games without him this year. I don't know why he's talking shit about his team that his beloved Browns. I don't really get that, but okay, sure. You're just making yourself sound more and more credible, man. Yeah, the Buffalo, Colorado got the shit beat out of them. That was pretty ugly. What's up, everybody? You guys ready to get started on some games? I see we got some people in here. I was just talking. Well, Lollipop, we'll see how the Browns look. I'm sure they'll be able to run the ball just fine. They have a very good offensive line. Make sure you guys drop likes if you can. All right, Colts and Ravens. This game seems like a pretty foregone conclusion. I know the Ravens have an injury list a mile long. I think the Colts do too. It's like one of them equal things. Who the Browns? I have no idea. Not unless Watson suddenly starts playing better. Ravens are still 8.5-point favorites with an over/under of 44.5. So you keep that in mind when we're looking at this game. I think even with all the injuries to the Ravens, I think they win this game. I think part of the reason why so many people are out for the Ravens are because they don't really need that many people to like win this game. They're just like, they're better coached, better quarterback, better defense, better special teams. Yeah, it's going to be an awful looking game because I think Anthony Richardson's out with a concussion, so it's Gardner Minshew versus the Ravens. It's going to be weird. Cam active? Okay, Cam Akers is inactive. Ravens win 31-10. You'd go get Pierre Strong of fantasy. Yeah, he might get some good time. Though I will say that a few times Minshew has stepped in for the Colts here, he seems to like fire right off. I think he played in Steichen's offense in Philadelphia, right? As or as Hurts's backup. So I mean, the Colts offense should be okay. It's just the Ravens are just a far better team. I don't know. Doesn't feel like a very good game. The way in my mind goes, if you don't like how they did kind of floor out they kind of beat the Texans a little bit worse than the Ravens did even. I don't know. Maybe that's something to think about. That game could have an upset next to it. But I'm going to stick with the Ravens in this one. I don't know. Fuck the Colts. All right, game of the week, Browns and Titans. This is going to be a really good one. You got, two super offenses going at it, two teams that are really hitting the ground running this season. You have I got to sneeze in a second. Browns, who are favored by 3.5 with an over-under of 38.5, and I forgot who I chose to win this game. I got the Titans. 21-17. After I did all that defending of the Browns and all that defending of the Browns run game, Wally Pop's about to have a fucking aneurysm about what I'm about to say. I don't really trust the Browns run game. I don't trust the Browns offense right now with Deshaun Watson. I got to see it all to believe it. And because of those reasons, I think the Titans have quite a good defense this year. I think they have just enough offense to overwhelm this pretty talented Browns defense. I'm not really sure if Newsom's playing in this game. I haven't really heard any updates on this. Dude, Wally Pop's like, are you fucking piece of shit? Did we really just have a 10-minute argument about the Browns offense? So, bedside that Richardson. Yeah, I mean he had a concussion. I'm shocked Rams got rid of Akers. Yeah. Well, it wasn't working out. Yeah, I'm just not too. I have a lot of questions about the old Browns. Again, a lot of weird sudden changes, and we just really haven't seen it out of Deshaun Watson quite yet. That's my main concern with the Browns, right? It's like the run game probably will be fine. Again, they have a really good offensive line. They have a very smart run game coordinating head coach, so those things should work itself out. But again, I have no idea about Watson. And yeah, D-Hop's supposed to play. I think Strong doesn't have the vision yet, but the O-line can block. So yeah, I mean, Strong could be an X factor. It's just this game feels like it's leaning on the Titans. Browns offensive line is... I wish my team had the Browns line. Sheesh. What's up, Dominant? I don't know why you'd be banned, Dominant, and I don't give a fuck. I kind of don't care about you anymore, dude. You come here on fake accounts all the time and you troll a lot, dude. I don't care. No offense. No one banned you. If your account got banned, you're lying. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm not dealing with your bullshit. You can stay here and chat if you want, but no one banned you. If someone banned you, you were doing fucked up shit. And you know you were. Yeah, you don't get banned here for no reason. So don't do that. Well, I didn't do anything. Yeah, you did. The fuck? We just arbitrarily just kick people out of this channel. No, that's never happened once in the history of this channel to any single person that's ever watched this channel. Literally never once have we just gone, fuck this person. Zero. For the Titans, earlier this week, there was an injury reports. Yeah, Titans are pretty much good. Titans are pretty much healthier for this one. That's why I like them. They're healthier. I think they have better coaching. I'm very questioning what the Browns offense is going to look like. Kind of in a state almost where it's like, until I see Watson and the Browns consistent, teams like the Titans should be able to pull this off. Plus, the Titans play better from an underdog position, and they're not favored to win, so I kind of like that situation. Road underdogs, Titans are really good with Mike Vrabel as the coach. All right, I think that's about good for that game. Here comes an actual surprisingly really good game. You have the Falcons and the Lions. Lions are favored by 3 with an over-under of 46.5, so we're probably going to see some points in this one, seeing as the Lions are missing a number of their defensive players. We kind of talked about it just before the stream began. It was kind of like it's like Emmanuel Mosley, Kirby Joseph, obviously CJ Gardner-Johnson. Somebody else is out. Another like significantly good corner. So we're probably going to see like a decent scoring game. They lost James Houston earlier this week. So the Lions are going to be they lost significant players on their defense this week, and the Falcons can do pretty good running the ball. I don't think they throw the ball at all. Like I don't think they can actually throw the football well. So they're kind of just this super one-dimensional offense. So I'm just kind of trying to think of Falcons 31-20. I don't know about that. Do the Falcons have the defense to do that? They gave up 24 to the Panthers, right? 25 to Love and the Packers. It's not like they're like this super elite defense. They're pretty decent at kind of stopping the pass. But if you're in two-dimensional offense like the Lions are, I don't think they really have much of an answer for you, right? Again, you have to consider who the Falcons have played and who they gave points and yards up to. So I'm kind of like, okay. They're really good at pass defense. But like they're not good at like the other part of it. It's like they're very good at running the ball and they're very good at pass defense though this year. They can't really throw it and they can't really stop the run. Like it's literally one-dimensional football. Josh Reynolds has been questionable all year. Amon-Ra is good to go. They're both going to play. Amon-Ra has like a toe injury, so he'll probably be on the list all week. So, and again, the Lions are pretty banged up. So if the Falcons win this game, it wouldn't be that shocking. That's part of the reason why I have the Lions only winning 31-24 in kind of a mini shootout. Basically, I don't think either team's defense is going to like really factor into this game too heavily. It's mainly comes down to I just don't know if Atlanta can keep up, especially at home. If this was in Atlanta, I might have picked Atlanta in like kind of a shock upset game, but I like that it's home for Detroit. I don't really trust Atlanta's team in like kind of a high scoring situation like this game's probably going to break down into. Because again, like, do you trust Desmond Ridder and a team that runs the ball to be able to keep up in a shootout? You know what I mean? It's like risky business. They need to. Hopefully, they can contain the run. Do I think the Falcons are bad? No, I even think it's time to rescind the Falcons rule. Well, after we see them play some good teams like Detroit, not Green Bay, who's openly rebuilding, or the Panthers, who are looking to be a top team this year. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to wind up just unbanning your main account because I really don't even know why your main account got... Oh, yeah, you were doing that one fuck around shit. Yeah. Your other account may even got banned just because your main account is, and they just axed it. I don't know how YouTube works. Anyway, yeah, Zonovan Knight, or Zo Knight, Bam Knight, whatever the fuck his name fully is. You don't want Craig to get any carries. I think the Lions will be all right in this game. Lions will keep it close. So, losing frames. There we go. I'm back in. Ooh. Yeah, that's kind of my right. See, Phil makes a good point. They had to have a comeback win versus a so-so Packers team at home. Now they have to go on the road to a very loud Ford Field against the Lions team that's going to kind of want to avenge itself after last week. Kind of leaning towards Detroit. All right, we can move on to the next game. Green Bay and New Orleans. It's the Saints at the Packers, so that adds a little significance for me anyway. Packers are 1.5 point favorites. Basically, pick them with an over under of 42. Is there any reason not to pick Green Bay in this game? If it was in New Orleans, I'd pick New Orleans. Right, because New Orleans is really good at home, but I don't know how they do on the road. And I really did not like how they played against the Saints or the Panthers. That was a pitiful football game. Like, dude, the Saints have nothing. Like, dude, that was bad. Did anybody watch that other Monday Night Football game? I don't think anybody did. Except poor Ven. I don't know why Ven watched that shit. I haven't seen Ven since. I think he went crazy. Straight up, haven't seen Ven in a week. He watched that one Monday Night Football game, and we haven't seen him since. I feel bad. I think I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, I just waited till the other game come on. I just pretended that wasn't even a real football game. Yeah, I'll be streaming it. Yeah, I should be. As long as may have to be a little late because I may have to close, but I'll be live for at least some of the game. Yeah, I see the Packers coming out trying to avenge it. I think it's their home opener this week, and if it's not their home opener, I think it is. I don't think they played at home yet this year. I think they played at Chicago and then at they could have played it in Green Bay week 1. I just feel like this is their home opener. Again, New Orleans offense was so bad, and Green Bay's defense has actually played somewhat decent this year. So if they can play like they have the first couple of weeks, they should be able to shut down the Saints. Their offense is good enough to do just enough to keep them in games. They haven't really turned the ball over, so I like that a lot. They don't have Aaron Jones, but I think Dylan's still a good enough carry. So I don't know. I kind of like the Packers. Kind of a boring ass who cares game. It's weird to see the Packers as a team where you say who cares. Ooh, this game sucks. These next two games, there isn't much to talk about. The Texans and the Jaguars. The Jaguars are favored by 7.5 with 43.5 over under. I think the only question in this game is when you look at that over under or like that line, because we all know the Jaguars are going to win this game. It's a home game for the Jaguars. If it was in Houston, maybe you could think about it. But do they cover this 7.5 or 8 point line that they got? And I think that's a funner way to consider this game is do the Jaguars have enough to win by a touchdown and a little extra? I think so. I haven't heard that he isn't. Did he get banged up in the last game or something? Stroud's look pretty good. All things considered, he looks all right. Kind of quietly playing pretty good as a rookie. I like to see that. I mean, obviously he's 0-2, but it's what are you going to do? It's the Texans. It's not like he's Zach Wilson playing on the Jets. Oh, the fucking Jets. I don't know. I got the Jaguars winning. There's some games that are just kind of boring and not really worth talking about. I see the Texans actually upsetting the Jags. The offense clicked last week versus a bit, and the Jaguars aren't getting many good plays. I think it was a bad game for the Jaguars. I think they're back on their shit this week. Uncharacteristically bad week. I think they choked a little bit versus Kansas City, I'll be honest. What's up, Kenny? I think the Jaguars were trying to do too much versus the Chiefs, and they beat themselves last week. I think they thought they had to go out there and hit home run plays when they could have just hit a bunch of singles and kind of beat them because Kansas City wasn't scoring either. So Packers need to win. I think we have them. We just talked about their game. We have them winning. What's for Thursday? Uh-oh. Is that the end of the Tigers season? Looks like it. Yeah. What do you think about the KC defense? They look pretty good. Oh, Packers Lions. Yeah, I have to work for that game, but I'll be live for the most of the from 10:30 onward. So the good part of the game, basically. All right, that's about good for that game. I think we're done with the Jaguars and Texans. KC's defenses look pretty good this year, though. I will have to admit that. I think I was pretty wrong when I was talking about, I think we talked about this the other night, that I think one of the things I got wrong about KC and my season assessment about them was I was dead right about the offense, dead right about the coaching situation so far, but I think I might have missed on their defense. I didn't realize that they were actually had a decent defense. It's not bad. That's not a bad unit. Maybe it's just early season stuff. But again, to shut down the Lions and the Jaguars like that, that's pretty impressive. I mean, it's not like they just played too shitty, like the Patriots offense and like the Bears offense and got nothing against them. Like, no, they played some pretty good fucking teams and kind of blinked them. Lions were fighting for their lives and the Jaguars were just, it felt like the Jaguars kind of beat themselves, but that's beside the point. You know, gotta only go. Okay, Broncos and Dolphins. Let's move on. Dolphins are 6.5 point favorites with an over-under of 47.5. Obviously, this is in Miami, so, Miami's home opener this weekend. There's going to be all of 70 fans there. 60 of them Broncos fans. Yeah, Waddle's out this week, so I have to make some changes on my fantasy football team. Hey, make sure you set your fantasy football teams. Don't be like this one dude. One idiot, one idiot in our league last week forgot to take out J.K. Dobbins. Could you imagine being that fucking idiot, dipshit, fucking small brained retard? That's how we talk shit about stupid people in this fantasy. And if you know who it was, don't say who it was. Let's not do that to this person. They just made a simple mistake, but they're stupid as fuck. Kenny, I swear to God, if you say anything about this, I'll fucking hit you. Miami Stadium is full of visitors. That's why Tyreek has been talking. Yeah, that's why Tyreek's been talking about trying to get fans at the game. Yeah, that's literally why Tyreek's been doing that, because fans don't show up. No, Wally Pop, it wasn't me. I didn't leave J.K. Dobbins on my team, even though he was on IR, okay? Yeah, they probably won game. It was, it was a mistake, whoever did that. But, they're kind of fucking stupid. And what's even worse for that person? I'm not saying it was me, but, hypothetically, they set their roster at 12 o'clock. And, from what I heard, it was like they just completely missed it. Just went right over their head. I think from per sources, they even made a roster move to replace J.K. Dobbins. By the way, this is my analysis of the Broncos-Dolphins game, mainly because I don't really fucking think the Broncos are going to be able to compete in this game. So a couple reasons why. Number one, I don't really want to pick the Broncos until they win a goddamn football game this year. It's one of them weird things where I'm like, is this even gonna work? Is Peyton the right coach for this team? Is Wilson really just cooked kind of like Deshaun Watson? Is he just done? Are the Broncos defense going to give up on them again like they did last year very clearly? So I'm kind of like looking at this like weird tension with the Broncos where I don't really know what the fuck is going on yet with them. And then you got the Dolphins. They're looking to come out and flex their wings after that tough ass Patriots game. So good luck, Denver. That offense is scary as shit even without Jalen Waddle. We're lucky that we play them a lot and we kind of know how to deal with them. Have fun. That's going to suck, dude. They're pretty good. That motion they use is going to be illegal very quickly, but until it isn't, enjoy the motion that they use. One thing I don't know if Miami's or the Broncos are ready for is the Dolphins kind of do this rolling motion, I'm going to call it, where they say hike, and as they're like saying set hike, the players being able to somehow cheat up the field. They got away with it all game last game. And I think they're doing something that's just inside of the rulebook on motions, where it kind of looks like they're setting, but getting kind of like a running start on their set. And the Patriots were getting nickel and dime to death with that, but they were reacting very quickly to it, so they weren't getting killed on it. And I don't know if the Broncos will be able to have a similar reaction as the Patriots do to such like weird quickness and weird little deception going on in the Broncos offense. It's really quick, or in the fucking Dolphins offense. Yeah, Miami will probably get all over you too. Miami's defense isn't like that great. The Patriots just suck at offense. But they will get after a bad offensive line. They kind of fucked us up with a lot of pressure, so I like the Dolphins to win this game. I have no reason to switch out. What do we got here? Oh, Chargers and Vikings. What's up, Alex? Not gonna lie. No, I don't know about the Dolphins. We'll see. Their defense is really bad, dude. Like you got to remember how bad their defense looked up to you. We kind of also cooked them a little bit on offense. We just couldn't block on our offensive line. If the Patriots had an offensive line, they probably could have won that game. Vikings win 41-38. Yeah, I have a similar kind of offensive shootout game. And this game just kind of comes down to what team do you trust and what team's intentions do you trust more heading into this game. Two things. Staley sucks at coaching. I understand this. I have to acknowledge that. And a second thing. I think the Vikings are tanking. And I have a good feeling that in the offseason, the Vikings got rid of all their notable talent. Like, you should see, like, how many they got rid of, like, all the good contracts, almost all their veteran defensive players. It seems like they're cleaning house very slowly. And I think they were using the start of this year to see whether or not they should just commit to the full-on tank, get to maybe, like, the 7th or 8th pick in the draft, try to trade up into the draft and get one of these hotshot quarterbacks and kind of start a new era of Vikings football. You have Jordan Addison. They're already kind of one of the things the Vikings traditionally have always kind of done as a football team is kind of they get a superstar receiver, build them up, draft another superstar receiver, build them up, and then trade their star receiver. So they could even be setting up to trade Justin Jefferson. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's not impossible because Jordan Addison looks really good as well. And it's like the Vikings thing they do. And they could be looking at a new quarterback as well. Because, again, they could be looking to kind of blow this thing up, kind of reset the culture. Hey, Phil, I think 41-38 isn't far away. I have the Chargers winning 38-35. Fair enough. I mean, I think they played the Eagles 34-28 or something like that. It's not like the Vikings score a lot of points. It's all like empty points and they kind of come back at the end. That's another reason why I like the Chargers to win. Chargers can score points at meaningful moments in games. They don't score all their points at like garbage time end of the game when it's a major golf cover up and the other team's letting you score. And that's kind of where the Vikings are scoring a lot of their points. And I have a bad feeling the Chargers defense will let them score those points. So all of a sudden, we're going to have like a weird 38-35 final where the Chargers never really feel too much in danger. But again, it brings Kirk's trade value up and makes like certain guys more tradable as the deadline approaches. And when the Vikings hit 0-3, 0-4, they'll cut bait on a couple guys again because Kirk Cousins is a free agent at the end of the year. He's probably walking. They have the 2-year voidable thing at the end of the year. It's auto void, so I don't know. I feel like the Vikings are gonna lose because again, I feel like the Vikings are just blowing the season. I feel like they're ready to move on from Kirk, and this is the year where it's finally doable. And there's actually like because again, because of the next game, I think that this game might be weird, right? Like I think because of what happens in this Jets Patriots game might determine where Kirk Cousins winds up in like a week or two. Because I see him as the Jets quarterback before the season ends, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm going to be wrong, but I've had this weird gut feeling all season that Kirk won't be a Viking by the end of the year, and all of a sudden there's a ton of trade rumors about him popping up all over. What's up, Wade? Yeah, back in my apartment. This is gonna probably be the best game of the week, though. If you're looking for like what game is gonna be the craziest, if you really like offensive football, this is gonna be a straight up shootout. This game is a shootout potential, and this game will be a shootout. There's gonna be almost no defense in this fucking game. Neither team has good defenses, but they both have tremendous offenses. So now we get to sit back and watch a fireworks show. Minnesota had a good year last year, but it was like if they didn't win it last year, man, that's it. Like clearly this group of the Vikings aren't going to like hoist the Lombardi together, sadly. And at some point, you just kind of realize it, cut bait, and see what you can like build off of that team. Hey, we're dang, appreciate all the likes, everybody. Good shit. You know what I mean? If that just got off the phone with your parents about you got a new nephew? Oh, congratulations, Wade. Uncle Wade. Pretty cool, huh? Is this your first nephew? Niece? Are you a first time uncle? Mr. Wade. Oh, sweet. Your sister's having twins, so your family's multiplying. They only have Madison and Jefferson as good weapons. Besides that, Minnesota. I mean, two of the better. I don't know, man. I don't think they need much more. You have you have a nephew, 3 nieces. No, nice. You have LA beating the Vikes. And I think the line we did the line too, right? No, we didn't. What's the line in this game? They have the Vikings as 1.5 point favorites with an over under of 54. So even FanDuel was like, yeah, this is gonna be a shootout, and why you pick them basically. All right, here's game of the week. If you're a big fan of defensive football, here we go. The Patriots and the Jets. What's the fucking thing in this? Oh shit, we're favored. 2.5 Patriots. Patriots are favored by 2.5 with an over under at 36.5. That's the lowest of the week. I have the Chargers winning third. Oh, it's 35-31. I have the Chargers winning. Okay. I have the I'm gonna amend my score a little bit. I had it 19-13. Actually, I'm gonna keep it 19-13. I think that's a perfect score. Don't know how we're gonna get to 19, but we'll get in about 19 points, and they'll get about 13. Zach Wilson's real bad against the Patriots, and I think every quarterback on their roster cannot play against us. Zach Wilson is, I believe, 0-4 with 7 interceptions, like 2 touchdowns. Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. He sucks. And he only plays like 2 quarters at a time when we play him too. They pull his ass out of games. Patriots win 21-13. What do you think about this bet I made, bro? Denver and Miami to score 1 TD and 1 field goal in the first half. That seems good. Like they both will, or it's like they combined, like the combination of through some combo of Denver and Miami, they will score a touchdown and a field goal in the first half, or they both will. A little nervous about Denver. But yeah, now I don't really think the Patriots have this like super high potent offense that's going to score a bunch of times on the Jets. They may score one offensive touchdown. Where a bulk of the Patriots scoring is going to come from is the defensive side of things. Yeah, we're down to our 1, 3, and 4 corners. So I mean, there is a chance. You got them at plus 14 points. Holy shit, Highway. 17-3. Yeah, it's mainly maybe Zach Wilson has a big game and finally has his career moment against the Patriots. I don't think so. Maybe the Jets come out and run the shit out of it. I don't really know. They have a bad offensive line. Both teams kind of suck at offense, but I think I can trust the Patriots a little bit more. Plus, like, until the Jets can actually like go ahead and beat the Patriots, it's easy to remind people the Patriots have a 7-year win streak against the Jets. So it's kind of like like, can the Jets win? Sure. This is probably one of their best chances because the Patriots are at a really bad state offensive line wise. But boy, are they! It seems like they're cursed. So we'll see if they can pull it off and end the streak. But got my money. I would put my money nowhere near this game. Not right now. All right. All right, Bills fans, you guys might want to look away in this one. For my upset pick of the week, I've got the Commanders beating the Bills. But let's look at the fine points of this game first. The Bills play the Commanders. It's in Washington. The Bills are 6.5 point favorites with an over/under of 43. I don't have the greatest reasoning for this upset pick, right? But I do have pretty good reasoning. I don't know if anyone's watched the Buffalo games at the beginning of each Buffalo game. If you go back and watch, a couple things happen in each game, right? Against the Jets, the Bills make a bunch of mistakes early on, and the Jets sort of capitalize on those. They score, I think, on one of the mistakes. They like have long drives. They don't give the ball right away back to Buffalo in any kind of way. They kind of make Buffalo pay for their mistakes in that game. And what that did, it seemed like it put this mental strain on Josh Allen, where he just kind of started making a bunch of mistakes, trying to play big, trying to make up for that one mistake. And it kind of seems like when teams can get at Josh Allen, the best way to get him is because he'll make mistakes early in the game. Go watch the Raiders game. He kept he literally like tried like if the Raiders could have took advantage of like, oh my God, was it like 4 or 5 terrible mistakes early in that game? They would have won. Like literally they could have won that game in the first quarter and just never looked back on the Bills. But for some reason I don't know, the Raiders just shit the bed on that one. I'm not really sure what happened. But again, like if you go back and look at the beginning, it's like, why didn't the Raiders win this game? They just pretty much didn't make Josh Allen pay for a single early mistake, and they let him come right back into it, settled down. And one thing I do think the Commanders, due to the coaching and how good their defense is, if the Bills come out there playing sloppy like they have the first 2 weeks, and they cleaned it up about midway through that game against the Raiders. But again, if they come out and look sloppy like they did the beginning of that game last week, they did in week 1, the Commanders have the kind of defense that can kind of beat somebody like that. And it seems like the Commanders' offense is just good enough to win football games. I don't know. I feel like it's like prime upset. Plus, the Bills always lose a weird game early in the season. And the Jets don't really count. I don't count division games. Best time to beat the Bills is early in the season. No, I know that. That's part of the reason why I think Washington can win this game. I think if the Bills get down by like a 14-0, 14-3 thing against this team, they might not get back. Washington can run the shit out of the football, and they fucking play very good defense. You got to remember that they are coached really well by Ron Rivera, so it's not like you're up against like a scrub foot. It's not the same Washington anymore. They're a good team. Like they're right there. They're right on the cusp. I mean, they're fucking 2-0. They played 2 really good games. I don't know. Chargers are our first half team. Yeah. First half of the season, first half of everything. Patriots aren't. Patriots are a second half team that does not play good the first quarter of the season. Ugh. Imagine being a team that just doesn't play good till basically December. Man, I hate my team. Man, if you'd have fallen asleep in that Chargers game, that would have been the greatest way to fall asleep. Anyway, so yeah, I understand why most people probably have the Bills winning this game. Again, it's kind of my upset pick of the weekend. Like, it's kind of the game I just feel something deep in my gut about. Dude, if New England could score a touchdown and a field goal in the first half of games, we might win every fucking game we play in. Ah, dude, could you imagine, Mike, if we could put up 10 points in the first half in some games? Literally one of the most dangerous teams in football. Instead, we get shut out every first half. What fucking bullshit ass Mickey Mouse fucking Scooby Doo team, dude. I'm trying not to use so many slurs under my breath. Like retard and the F slur, and trying to better myself. I like the way Washington's looked this year. All right. We talked a lot about this game because there's not much to say about the next two. Let's just skip ahead to this. We'll wait. We'll save that because there's a lot of the next three games are hilarious to talk about. All right, the Panthers and the Seahawks is the last serious, not really serious game we can talk about. You realize we don't have to be like any kind of mindful of these games until like right here. Look at these two dog shit ass games that are coming up for us. Anyway, let's talk about the Seahawks and the old Panthers at the Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 5 with an over-under of 42. What do I got? Oh, we're at the 4 o'clock games. Ooh. I have the Seahawks winning by a lot. 27-10. Or 27-17. If the Seahawks come out and look like they did against the Lions, they're going to smack the dog shit out of the Seahawks. Or the Panthers. Like, their defense will actually look good if they play the way they did against the Lions. Panthers don't got an offense. Whatever the hell I seen them do against the Saints last weekend was brutal. Yeah, and Mike, I think, has the greatest way to put that. You know the old rule we had for the Falcons? Mike, I think that's right. I think the rule now is we don't pick the Carolina Panthers around here. I think the rule has to be amended. Because again, the Falcons seemingly did the right things, right? They've done the things that I think they needed to do, right? They got rid of that bum-ass quarterback. They got rid of everybody related to that choke-ass football team. Everybody's gone. And do you see what they did? Did you see the rebirth and the genesis of the Atlanta Falcons when they won a game that like the Green Bay Falcons, Atlanta Falcons, that football game. You have to remember this. Put that into your brains. Like the Falcons won a game that they always blow. You gotta admit, they finally did it. They did the right things. They got rid of fucking everybody related to that except basically Arthur Blank. I think that's the name of their owner. I think, unless he died. I don't know what the name of their owner is. I think it's Blank. Like 10:30, Wade. As soon as I can when I get out of work. And oh yeah, and Carolina's, yeah, I don't think Bryce Young's playing. They're in a shitstorm. And like even if you like get it wrong, you're gonna get like 13 times you'll probably get this shit right not picking the Panthers this year. Just you get 13 free wins in your pick'em probably. And I feel like Seattle's just a far better football team. I don't even know if Carolina can physically pull off the upset in this. Oh, great. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know if Carolina can physically. Chubba Hubbard. What a fucking joke. What am I doing, dude? Like, every time I start making. No, radio, you're good. Every time I start making jokes about a team, this is like I'm buffering. Is it going to come back? Yeah, it came back. Sorry about that. Are we good? I shouldn't make jokes about team. Every time I do that shit, it starts not lagging, but more so what's the word? Every time I make hilarious jokes about a team or I start talking shit, a crazy upset occurs in a game. I think I just gave the Panthers a win this week. I may flip my pick. No, then it doesn't work. How does that? I'm going to stick with the Seattle team because they're better, but you know, just I may have jinxed them. Hey, congratulations, stud. Look at that. You got a mod. I gave you and Nicholas mods because you guys are pretty cool. And you guys show up all the time, so I rewarded your fucking being at my streams all the time. Even that shit you don't even like. I don't even know if you like baseball, stud. So I appreciate it. Basically, just time out, or no, you don't need to time anybody out. Essentially, time anybody out. But if I'm arguing with someone, you time them out, I'll take your shit away so fast. Holy shit. That's the only rule. Just never really interfere with me if I'm talking to someone. No, it's nothing personal, Wade. It's, you know. It's just they're pretty much. I don't. You know what I mean, Wade? People show up when they can. It's just, you know, nothing personal, Wade. Oh, you do like baseball? Oh, you do, yeah. I thought about you, Wade, but I was like, I'm gonna mix it up. This means now that I have a Dolphins fan, a Bills fan, no Jets fans. We don't give Jets fans any power on this channel. I have a Packers fan. I don't know anyone who likes the Bears, at least not openly anymore. A Lions fan. I pretty much got one fan of everybody modded in my divisions. It's a fair place. Unless you're a Jets fan. You can go fuck yourself. you're at my whim. All right. That was partially my analysis for the Cowboys and the Cardinals, by the way. Yeah, this is. I wish the Jets fans would show up and talk shit. I wish they were. I wish they were a little bit more front runny. I'd respect them more if they were talking shit, right? Like, that's why I respect some fan bases when their teams are bad and they're still out there in the trenches. Like, that's why I've always kind of respected Lions fans. Actually, I really wasn't the biggest fan of Lions fans for a while because they were so passive, right, about the way that they defended their team. Now that I see them defending their football team, it's like, fuck yeah. Although I always like when teams defend their team, even if they're not great or good or bad. You know what I mean? I think that means more. It's like, listen, we can call them shitty. You fucking losers can't. And I respect that. Again, this is my analysis for the Cowboys Cardinals. I hope you guys are taking tight notes. This is going to be a fucking slaughter. No line. Did you see that Dobbs' eyebrows fell out and he's got absolutely no hair on his body right now? That poor man should not be playing against this football team. I seen a video of him like a day ago. He was bald as shit. It's either he fresh shaved or that shit's fucking flaring up bad for old Josh Dobbs. I feel terribly for him. Man, this fucking Kyle Cardinals team got him stressed the fuck out. I don't. The thing, Phil, yeah, Arizona's defense has been okay. Like, it's not been miserable. But, like, the Cowboys don't even really got to play offense in that game and they might win. There's like a less than 0% chance that the Cowboys will not have to take the field with their offense and they could win that football game. I know that sounds crazy to say. But I think Dallas might score like 2-3 touchdowns with that defense against that team this week. They might hit the fucking boomstick on them. Uh-oh. Radio. You got to watch your language, dude. 42-0. When's the last time KC had a shutout? Almost shut out the Jaguars. Cardinals played the Commies and the Giants. Yeah, exactly. 42-0 seems like a crazy score. Just because the shutouts are pretty rare in the NFL. I don't really like to predict shutouts. You know what I mean? It feels like they just never really happen. I always say like 10, so that way no one can say I'm predicting a shutout. Whenever I say anything under 14, I pretty much mean 0. You mean freak? Yeah, go watch your mouth, man. Yeah, I got the Cowboys winning. I got the Chiefs winning. Basically the same thing. The Bears are awful. Like, they've had a real bad week. Unless the Bears just magically like turn it around. You know, if they're not completely distracted by the FBI raiding their defensive coordinator, several $100,000 worth of equipment being stolen from them. What else happened to the Bears this week? They kept coming this week for them. Oh, a bunch of the players were openly kind of criticizing the coaching. Been a tough week for the Bears, so I don't. Into the radio, you're fine. You can say whatever you want here, buddy. You're good, my friend. I don't know. These are two of the worst matchups I've ever seen. Now, if the Cowboys were playing the Chiefs and the Bears were playing the Cardinals, that's pretty good. That'd be pretty good to watch. I think the draft right now also goes like Bears, Cardinals, or something like that. Or yeah, right? That's the draft order, which is really funny because both these teams are about to go 0-3. So they're going to protect their draft orders of Bears, Cardinals for the 2024 NFL draft. Very funny. What's up, Nathan? Steelers Raiders isn't the best game for prime time, but the history lives on. Big time 1970s rivals. The show will show the true abilities of the offense for the Steelers. I'm not that confident, though. Fair enough. Yeah, a lot of good games tomorrow. All right. Yeah, we move on there. I think we're done talking about those other trash ass games. Let's see. What are the lines in those games, though? Chiefs are favored to win by 12.5. I think they'll cover that. Over under a 48.5. It seems good. Cowboys are also favored by 12.5 with an over under a 43.5. They're basically predicting that Dallas might score all the points in that, or at least 30 of the, or at least 31 of the points. So they're thinking it's like 31-20, or 10, 33.5 to 10. You got the Raiders plus 10. Let me see. Raiders are favored by 2.5 with an over under of 43. Obviously, it's Sunday Night Football. Raiders versus Steelers. Raiders plus 6. Damn, you guys got some nice lines on that. FanDuel has the Raiders favored. All right. So with this game, I have no idea. I could be persuaded either way, but I got the Raiders winning. And I think my reasoning was, I think the Raiders got a dog shit offense. I think their offensive line is real bad. I think the Chiefs will do, or the Raiders will do just enough to put the right pressure on to keep the Steelers offense off all night. And in there, they'll be able to do just enough with their very well coached offense against an offensive coordinator who has had very good luck against Mike Tomlin coach teams and Josh McDaniel. I think he'll be able to wiggle something out of magic against the Steelers. I think my main thing is the fact that McDaniels, as an offensive coordinator, has had really good luck against Mike Tomlin teams. Yeah, and you guys, Nathan, I think one of your problems is I don't know if it's seemingly like Josh McDaniels beats you guys. I'm not really sure. His offense is just kind of crack you guys in half. At least it did when he was in New England. I don't know if it carries over, but it's like the same thing he was running in New England. So, I mean, even the plays are the same. Like the names of the plays, probably a little different now, but no. Yeah, I don't know why this game's the. They got to stop giving the Steelers some prime times until like we can see that they're clearly not good till that they're until we see that they're clearly good again. You know, maybe not as many prime times. 21-19. Yeah, even some Steelers. I think most Steelers fans are like, I don't know about this week. It seems like it's not going to happen. Nothing wrong with it. It's kind of a weird season. You're 1-1. You can afford to start 1-2, especially this year with everybody kind of being at like a similar spot. Only two undefeated AFC teams left. But with the Ravens and the Dolphins playing kind of cakewalk teams, they both of them could be 3-0. Ooh, ooh, some a Bucks upset right away. Bucks and Eagles. It'll be Eagles playing in Buccaneers or in Tampa Bay. Eagles are favored by 4.5 with an over under of 45. Check. Yep. Oh, yeah, close ass game. I got the Eagles winning 31-24. I guess my main reasoning is I think Baker has a cycle he plays through called the Baker cycle, where he plays like shit, gets criticized by media, develops underdog mentality, uses underdog mentality to beat up on bad teams, starts to gain confidence, has a moment, and then, we're kind of like in between the has a moment and I think last week was his has a moment game, and we'll see if he's back to playing like shit this week. He does everything in a cycle. It's a hilarious career trajectory for that guy. I'm a really big fan of Baker, but again, there's like this weird cycle he goes through. Maybe he's finally beaten the cycle because he wasn't out there talking all crazy like he usually does after he wins again and starts winning again. But, boy, oh boy, does old Bake make me nervous. Especially against a team as good as the Eagles. He might be out there trying to do way the fuck too much. The London games, yeah, German games, those will be pretty cool. I'm excited to see what the German crowds are like. And, beat some. I think New England plays in Germany this year, which is crazy. I've seen a couple people say that they feel like the Eagles could get upset here this weekend, and I think it's kind of a kudos to how well Tampa's playing defensively as well, as kind of like kind of just giving Baker the nod, like, hey, Baker, we see you. And I think that's a pretty cool thing that everyone in the NFL world kind of like secretly likes Baker Mayfield, but they won't admit it. I think it's because he does actually seems to actually like the game of football, which is pretty endearing. I don't know about you guys, but I see a coach in Baker Mayfield. Like, he screams future head coach. Like, real quick, too. Like, he'll probably spend like a year or two in college, then immediately be fucking coaching in the NFL. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Just seems like he's just that kind of guy. All right. You guys ready to talk about the easiest game to talk about because no one has any idea Joe Burrow's playing this week? Final game of the week. I still don't know. It's looking like I think they're leaning on the Bengals on Joe Burrow playing because Bengals are favored by 2.5 with an over under of 43.5. The line hasn't moved actually. I still don't know though because they have the Bengals made any announcement. I haven't seen any yet. Um, Granted, I've been kind of like setting things up, getting my like ship back together, moving back up, like traveling all day. Been a busy day for me. Like cleaning up my living room to make it my new streaming room. See, my door's right there in my apartment. One of my living room closets, my couch. Got my banners hung up. I had more wall room than in my tiny ass room, so I was able to hang up my central banner. Probably gonna get a diploma case. Put my diploma up soon. That'll be pretty cool. Again, I just like okay. So basically, the way this game breaks down, if Joe Burrow plays, I think I'm gonna go with the Bengals. But if he doesn't, I think I'm gonna go with the Rams. Like it's like I'll know Sunday or like Monday what game how I'm officially gonna go on this one. But it still feels kind of like a 50-50 toss up, like a jump ball. Really a lot. Like one of the confusing things for week 3, in my opinion. I'm gonna close this second window. The hardest thing about still, I would say the first quarter of the season is there's so much like so much randomness still to the season, right? I think I was talking about it a little bit in the Discord. No, not in Discord. I think it was right at the beginning of the stream. Like when we're in like this part of the season, still like this first quarter of the season, it still feels like any team could still suddenly become a good team, or suddenly one of these like 2-3-0 starters could be like completely bad and just not good. Like I took Rand. Yeah, it's basically I'm kind of like teetering that pick. I think the Bengals will win the game if they have Burrow, but I don't think they'll win without him. So I'm just gonna have to put a caveat on that pick and I'll examine it Monday. Once I had to blow my nose. May have to get new LED lights though. I don't really like the I know the lighting's better to have it in front of me because I have a lamp right there, but it's like might go buy like a LED bulb instead of the strip. Just be a goddamn grown up and go buy a full light bulb that I could do that with. Cool. I don't know. What other we can talk about individual things now, but again, it's kind of like I don't know. It's really hard to pick games and determine things and like notice patterns of things because again, from week 1 to week 2, a lot of teams look dramatically different, and from week 2 to week 3, we could see teams look really, really different still. Um, this is about where it starts to stabilize, though. Right about after this week, you can start to like notice serious trends about teams. Like a team could have a bad offensive line for 2-3 weeks and then suddenly have like a top 10 line because like 2 guys get healthy and suddenly they have the right line, right? Like some teams are like pish poshing the line because they got a couple injuries, and once they get everybody back, like for example, the Patriots could have a good offensive line, right? I know it's unlikely, but they haven't had Trent Brown all year. They just got him back. So who knows? Maybe the combo of Trent Brown, Strange, Andrews, Onwenu, and a decent-ish right tackle who's been doing a okay job playing left tackle. He goes and slides down the right. Suddenly, that's a decent line. Maybe not. God damn it! I hate my team's line. But you can see where suddenly you're like looking at slight improvements. Tua or Lawrence. I'll take Lawrence, mainly because I think a lot of Tua's success is to the caliber of player around him. Right? Like we kind of used having Tyreek Hill as a way to slightly discredit Patrick Mahomes when he had him. So I think it's fair to do the same with Tua. Whereas like I know Calvin Ridley's pretty good. But last year, I mean, Lawrence had like fucking Zay Jones and I don't even remember who else he had. But he was looking pretty good with some fucking a bunch of number two receivers. I don't know. I like Trevor Lawrence. It seems like he's all right. I take him over Lawrence or over Tua as a starter. Plus, I don't really like Tua's longevity. That's all. My only problem with Tua coming out of college was this issue of I don't really care about the arm strength was whatever. I never really cared about that. Um, Intangibles are good, right? He's got great intangibles. He's very, very. I would say he's hyper accurate for what he does. Like I like a lot of the things he did at quarterback, but my problem was like, dude, that hip injury had me so cautious about him, and I'm like, dude, he plays so aggressive, like so reckless. I didn't really know if he had the like he was kind of smaller when he was in college. I didn't know if he had like not just like height. It was more like the physical build out of the guy wasn't very big or like impressive or imposing. He's gotten a lot bigger since he's gotten in the NFL, which is good to see. And he's learned how to take hits, which is nice. But again, the longevity is my biggest concern with Tua, always has been. And literally, that's probably the only knock. Again, the hip injury is my biggest, always first and biggest concern because again, him, Bo Jackson, and one other player have had that happen. Two of the people had to retire. Tua's the only guy to not have to retire. And basically, that's because Tua got lucky where like his didn't lacerate and the others two did. Or Tua's lacerated and the others two's didn't. It's like something like that where like their injuries did something like slightly different than Tua's did. Because like I remember when that happened, everybody thought Tua's career was over because they're like, well, we know what that injury is. But Tua got very lucky, and that's good. But again, longevity issues, so I'd take Lawrence. I think they both have the same level of intangibles, though. So, um, I think Trevor is a little bit more like talented at the position of quarterback than Tua is. That's another thing. And if you deny that, I feel like you're being silly. If Trevor had to work as hard as Tua's had to work, Trevor would be unstoppable at this point. I don't know. Plus, they're kind of hard to compare where they're at in their careers, right? One guy is in his fourth year with Tua, and Trevor's entering year 3. Can't really even start judging quarterbacks till this year, you know? Because if you were to have taken the Mac Jones you've seen last year, like even I'm trying to come at this as like an unbiased Patriots non-Mac Jones fan, um, but like if I was even not if I hated Mac Jones and wanted to clown on the guy, if I seen the way he played last year, and then I seen him come out playing the way he is this year, I would be like, all right, maybe that guy finally actually figured out how to play quarterback. Fuck. Because I had to begrudgingly pretty quickly admit that Josh Allen was good at football. I was like, oh, darn it. As soon as I seen some of the throws he started making, the way he was playing the ball, seemingly reading better, making smarter throws, I was like, oh, well, that sucks. What else? I farted. Trying to think. That's just me expelling thinking juice. That's the exhaust from all the brain power I'm trying to use right now. Trying to come up with something to. Let's see. Oh, girl played football today? That's pretty cool. Someone named Haley Van Voorhees became the first female non-kicker to appear in a college football game. She played safety and appeared today in a game against Juanita. She plays for Shenandoah College. That's cool. And she got a QB hurry in her debut. You know, people are like girl, and there are people saying, "I didn't know girls could play football." It's like there's literally no, the football is you just play with. Yeah, you don't have to be a boy or a girl. You can be whatever and play pro football. I know the rules say he, but I think it's like it's mainly just because when they wrote the rules, they assumed a woman would be never able to. Yeah, we're back in the living room, Chase. I figured it might be a little bit more appropriate as the season's going on if I'm not like in like over the bedrooms or of other people or under the bedrooms and to the left and right of people's like actual bedrooms. Streaming football till 11:30 at night, so I figured I'd move out to the main spot. Get reacclimated. I use the going home isn't like a good way to. Dude, it took me so long to like try to get my L-shaped desk out of a normal ass shaped door. Like, you know how doors are like this wide? I had to get my L-shaped desk. I had to like unscrew all the things and it was just wide enough to get one part out, and then I like tilted it and twisted it and tilted it and fucking slid it, and like I got it out without even damaging the door a little bit. Didn't have to disassemble it. I was so bummed for a minute. I was like, I'm gonna have to take this whole fucking thing apart. No. I got this nice L-shaped desk, even though I think in the future I'm not gonna get another L shape. I'm gonna go with a nice big ass desk. Let's see, what other games? What other shit am I missed? Watson got fined $35K for all them fucking face masks. Oh, Jamal Williams got put on IR. That's not any good. Jalen Waddle's out, so make sure you guys take him out of your fantasy football teams if you have him, Rob. $100,000. We already talked about that. Eckler's going to not play, so make sure he's out. Wow. I didn't think the 49ers would give Shanahan nor John Lynch a contract extension, especially after the Trey Lance debacle. Jesus Christ. Jones and Watson are questionable. They haven't been ruled out, so they could play. That's cool. That's good for Packers fans. Gardner Minshew. It's Gardner season. Uh-oh. Chase, are you still here? I don't know if he knows what's going to happen. You know what's funny? I like how people are rewriting the history of DeAndre Swift on the Lions. Like, the Lions just didn't let him play. They just sat him on the bench and never used him. They only gave him like 5 carries for 10 yards. Like, they'd only people are acting like the Lions like severely mistreated DeAndre Swift. Or what the fuck did they do to DeAndre Swift ever other than use him when he was healthy? And then protect the shit out of him because they ruined Kerryon Johnson by overusing him when he wasn't 100% able to play. And so that now they're actually using the position correctly. And people are like, well, they underutilized him. He was hurt. Or am I imagining him being hurt? Was that not real? Like, or am I crazy? Or was he hurt 11 out of 16, 17 games? And when he did play, he only could get like 10 carries because he'd get hurt in those games. And it's not like he was bad. He was never a bad running back. He's great at the position. And like he just like lost his balls going north to south. Like, I get he's an east to west runner and he likes to bust outside, but like you occasionally got to go up. Like, the Lions make huge holes for people. I wish him nothing but the success, but the fact that I'm a little bit concerned myself is we're gonna ride the hot hand of DeAndre Swift. It's like, I don't think that's a good idea. He's injury prone. I like the guy. Again, I do. But there's a reason Detroit didn't ride him like that. There's a reason he only got 12 carries a game because the motherfucker could not stay healthy with more than that. Let's see. Puka Nakua. Am I saying his name wrong? Puka? Oh, you guys hear about Diggs? Oh yeah, everyone's heard about Diggs by now. Yeah, Diggs tore his ACL at practice, which was a bummer. One of the things it's still crazy that I'm still just kind of mind blown that Nick Chubb only tore his MCL and slightly damaged his ACL. The way people were reacting was, even I was like, damn, that's the end of Nick Chubb's career, because I wouldn't even look at the picture because I thought it was a career-ending injury. And then I found out he tore his MCL and slightly damaged his ACL. I'm going to show you guys something. It's a little gross, so look away if you're squeamish. But know that he barely got hurt on this. This is, I don't even fucking know how that's possible, dude. I don't even, like... That's so crazy. How did he only tear his MCL on this? What in the fuck is his goddamn ACL? By the way, he had something like that happen in college. I thought his ACL was hanging on by a thread at this point. Nah, it looks like it's just slightly... It looks like I'm pretty good still. He probably won't even need surgery on that ACL. Now that the swelling's going down, I think... now I know what the initial... When they first initially talked about the situation, they said that he might need 2 surgeries. It was the MCL, and probably they thought the ACL was fucked up. And then it came out that it wasn't. Probably doesn't need surgery. As the swelling's going down, the initial injury's going away. Packers win by 100. Yes, kind of. What do you got them winning by? What's your score? They're not as good as the Lions. But Packers aren't. They're a little bit better than I thought they'd be. But we'll see what they look like against like an actual football team pretty soon. New Orleans isn't bad, but I think Detroit's a good litmus test for you guys. I think Detroit's a good litmus test for anybody's offense. If you can kind of keep up with the Lions, you're probably doing pretty good this year. In my opinion. What the fuck do I know? I just think the Lions have one of the more premier offenses, especially once like everything gets healthy and back into better shape for them. Yeah, Bryce Young's not playing. You guys want to hear a funny story? Hold on. Let me find the saga. I like funny NFL stuff. You're just hype? Yeah. Going to Titans Browns will be fun. The 2 players that play on Christmas got into a little bit of a fun thing. Hold on, let me open that one. Oh. Hold on a second. I'm gonna find you something real funny. I think Micah Parsons called him a baby lion. He called Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, whose nickname is Cheetah, a baby lion. So this was a funny. There's multiple versions of what was said in this clip. It's a very funny clip. Just the way it's worded, also by Tyreek Hill, is also very funny. Micah Parsons, when we play you December 25th on Christmas Day, I have a present for you, my boy. I know you see my little clip where I was blocking the D end. I'm big like that, so you better watch your back. I don't know why I find that to be one of the top 3 funniest things I've heard Tyreek Hill say. Um, and then there's some more to this. Hold on a second. Yeah, some WWE ass promo shit. Okay, and then there's and then he has a little bit more to say. When we play December 25th, I have a present for you, my boy. You better watch your back because I'm going to blindside you. Very funny. And then Micah Parsons' response, I can't find it. That's kind of what I was looking for. Was I can't wait to get my my baby daughter, a fucking cheetah blanket up for Christmas. I was like, that's good. Can't wait for that one. I wonder. I don't know why. I know they're probably friendly, so I'm guessing this is all just in good fun. Um, but if it's not, guys, we should probably say our goodbyes to Tyreek Hill. Like, if you think he's a good player or anything like that, and you miss him when he's dead, you might want to go say goodbye to him because it's probably wraps on old Tyreek Hill, don't you think? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think he survives the Michael Parsons situation? Your Buckeyes won 4-0. Nice. Oh, what was this? Hold on a minute. Gotta check something real fast. I apologize, guys. Ain't no way that was right. Yeah, I didn't think. I heard Oregon didn't do so good today, or Oregon killed, and they ended the Deion Sanders hype train finally. Yeah, I'm just checking one of my banks real fast. I gotta see something. Oh man, that's annoying. What's your guys' game of the week? Mine's the Chargers and the Vikings. I think that's gonna generate the most offense and probably have the most exciting ending. But also I think despite the game being super boring, I think the Patriots and the Jets game is going to have a very exciting ending to it. Where the team that wins on a walk off. Those are my two potentials for game of the week. What about you guys? Oh, like I said, I'm just checking. I have to check on a few things real fast on one of my bank accounts. Holy. All right, I'm gonna have to call about that. Okay, whatever. All right, whatever. Sorry about that. I got distracted. I think it's about that though. I don't know. Do you guys got anything? I noticed no one's really saying anything, so I figured I would kind of give this time for people to. Anybody got anything big? It's kind of what I've been waiting to see. Sorry, I got distracted there. I was just checking on a few things. Dolphins? No, Dolphins will probably win this weekend. Well, we could probably start wrapping it up here then. I don't mind staying live for a little longer, but I don't really think there's anything to talk about. And we have two things going on tomorrow. We have the Patriots and the Jets, and of course we have Sunday Night Football. I could do a 4:00. No, I have to get shit done at 4:00. I was thinking in the 4:00 games all fucking suck. Yeah, never mind. All these games suck ass. None of these are worth even streaming. Sunday Night Football will be objectively better than all of these games. I wish one of these games were at 1:00. I wish this game was a 9:00 game or the 8 p.m. And then I could do both of them. Man, Watson got fined so much money. All right, though. Anybody got anything? Any no sir. Have a good night. Have a good day, stud. Good luck to your Dolphins tomorrow if I don't see you. Drive safe, my friend. Appreciate you stopping in. Have a good rest of the night. All right, guys, that's about it for me. Unless somebody has anything major, anything big, like changing, as it were. I think we're all safe, all set. All right. Appreciate everyone coming out. This was a really fun stream tonight. Kind of felt like one of the old preview streams that we used to do. Starting to get the good energy around it. Damn, we're actually going to end with over 100 views on a stream. It's been a little while when it hasn't been a gaming one. Sweet. Appreciate you guys. Good looking out. Super cool. Super kind. Fun stream tonight. I hope you guys had a fun time too. What are you bitching about, radio? Dude, get the fuck out of here, dude. You bitch a lot, dude. Get the fuck out of here. I fucking hate that dude. All he does is spam and say nonsense. Doesn't respond to anything because he's fucking stupid. Anyway, all right, guys. Have a good night. Peace out. Go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, as always, go Patriots. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a full day of NFL football, starting with the Jets and the Patriots at 1:00, and we'll see where we go. All right, peace out. See you guys.